Hey, I'm TJ Norris.
And I'm Hannah Norris.
I remember we met in the winter of 2005 and started dating, and we dated for about a year before we decided that it was going to be really serious, and we were thinking about taking it to another level, maybe an engagement. And I started asking Hannah some of those questions that every guy needs to know. What are your plans and what are your goals in life? And she told me pretty blank, I'm going to be a mom and I'm going to have a lot of children.
A house full of kids.
A house full of kids. So I guess we dated for about a year, and then I popped the question, and 2 years later, after she finished, she graduated college in December, and we got married that following March on the March 28th.
Of 2008.
Of 2008.
We first found out we were pregnant in May of 2009, and of course we were really excited. And then on June the 30th of 2009 of that same year, we found out that we had miscarried the baby.
That was pretty shocking. You're sitting in a room, getting an ultrasound done, and the next thing you know, the nurse leaves to go get a doctor, and when the doctor comes back, it's not good. They told us they couldn't find a heartbeat, and it was almost like someone stuck a knife in me. The following year, we found out we were pregnant again, and everything was going well through the first couple of checkups. We made it past the mark of our earlier pregnancy, and we went for the 20-week checkup to see if we were having a boy or a girl. And the scan was going on through the ultrasound, and again the technician said, "Oh, I need to go get a doctor." And immediately we both started panicking because we knew what that meant. And then I remember the doctor coming back in and telling us that they had found some issues with our baby's kidneys, and she couldn't give us much more information, but she did make us a follow-up appointment with a specialist. And I can remember walking into this specialist high-risk doctor's office and just thinking, please tell me something different. And he said, we confirmed everything your previous doctor told you. Your baby has what's known as bilateral renal agenesis, which is a fancy way of saying she has no kidneys. And without the kidneys, there's really no chance for life.
The doctor suggested that we terminate the pregnancy. They call it an early induction.
And I can remember trying to take that in, and you're hearing all these medical terms, and it was just too much. You've just been told that you're having a little girl, but she's not going to live, and they're waiting on you to sign papers to end her life today. It was too much. We told them we needed some time, so they scheduled us a follow-up appointment for the following Monday morning. You know, we went to bed on that Friday, and then Saturday we were just kind of reclused into our house and just wanted to know why this was happening to us and, you know, what we should do. And it was just like a light came on, and God spoke to us and said, "This is your daughter. I gave her to you, and I want you to meet her." And so it was kind of just confirmed in us that we had to carry this baby. And we started praying, "God, you're going to give us kidneys." And we came to that Monday appointment. There were no kidneys, and they put us another one for Thursday, no kidneys. And we had them every week from then on out. No kidneys, no kidneys, no further, advances, nothing. And we just started thinking, God, we know you're bringing us down this road to do something amazing that only you can do.
We put on Facebook asking for prayer. We told a little about the diagnosis we had gotten and the prognosis we had gotten, and it was unbelievable the responses we got. We have friends in Germany and India, and it was unbelievable to see them posting on their Facebook asking for prayer for our daughter in different languages. The week before Sadie Mae's actual birthday, I had my last doctor's appointment, and I went in just for my checkup, and the doctor mentioned induction on Monday, and my heart totally dropped. I mean, I knew this moment was coming at some point, but the fact that it was 3 days away or 4 days away, it was just unbelievable. I didn't feel like I was ready.
I remember coming home that Thursday from work, and she had told me they want to induce me on Monday. it was kind of then when I realized that all this was actually happening. And it got real. And I remember I went outside to kind of sit down with God and say, all right, I've had faith and we've spread the message and we've been expecting you to show up and show up big, and we know that there's going to be a miracle that comes from this, and my faith is strong, but I need you to show up. And that's when God kind of spoke to me as clear as he ever has, and he told me that your faith is knowing that I can heal your daughter, not that I will. And he spoke to me and told me that his intentions wasn't to heal my daughter, it was to just allow us to go through this experience so that so many people could be impacted for him. And I remember coming back in and telling Hannah, get ready, because we're getting ready to meet our daughter, but that's as far as it's going to go.
We went to the hospital on Monday, January 17th at 11 o'clock a.m. and I was waiting to be induced, only to find out that the hospital was full and I would have to wait until 8 o'clock the next morning to be induced. Sadie Mae had plans of her own and she ended up coming that night anyways. She was born at 1:37 in the morning on January the 18th.
I can remember leading up to that moment, we had several instances where the doctors would come in and we got to meet everybody on staff, and I was trying to ask some questions about how it would go down, and that it was met with opposition. It's almost like some of the people involved were just upset that we had done this and that we were actually carrying to term despite knowing that she wasn't going to live very long. And I just remember having this lady in my face, and I was trying to ask her a question about what if they're wrong. She looked me in the eye and said, we're not wrong. You have to decide now what you want to do. Do you want us to do tests, or do you just want to spend some time with her? That was the hardest part. Because after she was born, everything changed. It was no longer about the what if.
Once she was born, we realized the diagnosis was correct and that she was only going to have a few minutes on this earth. But we did get to spend her only moments. She got to spend her only moments in our arms, being loved on and being kissed on by her parents. And, her heart beat for about 10 or 15 minutes after birth, and then it stopped. And she was with Jesus.
So through all this, with just the following weeks after saying goodbye to our daughter, we started growing on a whole new level. Not only on our faith and closer to God, but just closer together. And he started revealing himself more and more to us in every little thing you could imagine. Just showing us more and more about each other and reflecting his beauty off of each other. And through that process, we were I just keep thinking about her telling me, I'm going to be a mom and I want a house full of children. And we're thinking, this is twice we've been let down. And God kind of told us something through that was, you got to meet your daughter. And she's biologically yours, but all the children are mine. They're all mine. And I trust people to take care of them, whether they're adopted or they're biological. And through the gift of our biological daughter, Sadie Mae, God opened our eyes to a whole another need and a whole new place. And we just got our first foster child, Haley, placed in our home about 2 months ago. And we're going through the adoption process now with her, and it's just been an unbelievable experience.